We'll begin lying on our backs with our knees bent towards the sky. Bring your awareness to your breath, and as you start to lengthen your inhales, bring your knees in towards your chest. As you exhale, hug the knees in closer. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, drawing the knees in towards you. Inhale, bring the knees away. And exhale, bring the knees in. When you're ready, begin to rock side to side. And then circle the knees to the right. And then to the left. Release your feet down to your mat. We'll stretch the right foot towards the ceiling. Reach the bottom of the foot towards the sky. Exhale, hug the right knee in. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, gently draw it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Continue to move with your breath, awakening the right hip and the back of the right leg. Spread the toes as you inhale, and then begin to point and flex the right foot. Circle the ankle, painting circles on the ceiling or the sky. Change direction, awakening the foot, the ankle. Exhale, bring that right knee back in. As you deepen the right hip crease, lengthen the left leg. Invite the back of the left leg towards your mat. Long inhales. And just releasing on your exhales. Bring some energy into your inhales as you begin your day. We'll hug both knees into the chest and then switch sides. Release the right foot to your mat and extend the left foot towards the ceiling, moving with the breath. Inhale, reach the bottom of the foot towards the ceiling or the sky, opening the back of the leg, and as you exhale, draw the left knee in towards you. You're welcome to use a strap, or you can just relax your hands down beside your hips and just move the leg. Spread the left toes wide, opening the bottom of the foot. And then at your own pace, begin to point and flex the toes. And circle the ankle. You can move slow or fast here, but start to bring a little bit more energy into the inhales. Lengthen and expand the inhales into that left leg. And then exhale, draw that left leg in as you lengthen the right leg. Inviting the back of the right leg towards the mat. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, as wide as the sides of your mat, and just letting those exhales release naturally. Draw both knees into the chest, give yourself a hug, and then release both feet down to the mat. We'll set up for bridge pose. Feet are hips width apart. The neck is long, the throat is soft. Weight in the backs of the arms. Take a nice deep inhale here into the abdomen. And as you exhale, draw your core muscles in and then lift the hips as you press into the feet. Inhale, release all the way back down. Take a breath on your mat. And then we're moving on the exhales here today. So let your inhales be wide and expansive. Let your exhales stabilize the core and then lift the hips. And just begin to move with your breath. Inhale to release. Exhale to stabilize and then lift. Not rushing, not worrying about how high you're getting. If you'd like to hold this position, pressing into the feet, lengthening the lower back towards the top of your mat, maybe reaching the arms overhead. If holding this pose first thing in the morning doesn't feel good, continue to just move in and out with your breath. Always listen to your body. Make each pose feel good. And release all the way down. Take your feet wider than your hips and begin to windshield wiper the knees, moving them from side to side. Releasing the lower back and the hips. Just moving gently with your breath, awakening every cell in the body. To come up, we'll roll over to one side, pause there for a breath or two. We're still waking up, so not being in a rush. And then we'll move gently into a twist, stack the palms, bring the knees in. And as you inhale, open the top hand away, opening the chest. And as you exhale, bringing the hands back together. You can continue to just move at your own pace, or if it feels good, open all the way into your twist. Adjusting so both shoulders are on the mat, heart open to the sky. Bring the knees in closer to the elbow. Maybe taking your gaze away from the knees. Breathing into the abdomen or wringing out the spine. Inhaling. Exhaling, release. Bring your gaze back to the sky. Softly bring the knees back up. We'll roll over to the second side. Take your time setting up. If you need to pause in between, go back to those windshield wipers. And then stacking the hands, bringing the knees in close, slowly starting to open into our twist with that top arm. Take your gaze with your top hand and take your time to open into your twist. And if you don't get there this morning, just keep moving with your breath. But if it feels good, open right into your twist. Take your gaze along that opposite arm. Bring the knees in closer to the elbow. Heart open. Inhale expansively. Exhale, releasing into the twist, just allowing that top hip to relax, unwinding the spine. Focusing on creating space and depth with the inhales, bringing energy into the body. If the hips or lower back are uncomfortable in a twist, you can always stack a blanket underneath or between the knees. We'll take our time to come up into a tabletop position, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. The toes can be tucked or untucked. Spread the fingers wide. Find a neutral spine. Lengthen through the crown of the head, reach back through the sit bones. Start on an exhale and round into your cat stretch. Draw the lower belly in, relax the chin towards the heart. And then we'll just take some side to side cat cows. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale to the left, and then come back to center in that cat stretch. On your inhale, release the abdomen, open the heart, lift your gaze forward, but continue to lengthen the spine. Focus more on lengthening than how much your spine is arching. Try to get longer. And then exhale, release back into your cat stretch, round the spine. Inhale, lift the heart. Begin to move with your breath at your own pace, awakening the spine. Feeling the rhythm of the inhale and the exhale. And then we'll walk the hands forward, tuck the toes, and come into our first downward dog. Lift the hips, keep the knees bent. Lengthen the spine and straighten the arms, and then begin to walk out the legs slowly. Keep the right knee bent as you reach the left heel towards your mat, and then switch sides. Move the hips. Keep the lower belly in, so we're nice and long through the spine, always lengthening, trying to get longer, and then releasing back to the knees whenever you're ready. We'll come into a low lunge, step the right foot to the outside of the hands, and then walk your hands up to that front thigh. We'll tuck the back toes under the left toes, gently engage the left glute to open the front of the left hip. Bring your hands to the hips. Lengthen the spine. If there's any discomfort in the knee, you can double your mat or place a blanket or a foam block under. We'll tuck the right thumb into the right hip crease and lengthen the left arm. Inhale. Reach maybe a little to the right, just to reach a little bit more out of that left hip. And then coming back to center, open the heart. We'll exhale, release back to the mat. Come back to your tabletop. We'll take downward dog, lengthen the spine. Walk out the legs, move the hips. Release back down to the knees, and we'll take that low lunge to the second side, left foot to the outside of the hands, and then hands to that front thigh. Tuck the back toes, engage the glute to open that hip. We'll tuck the left thumb into the left hip crease, just to gently draw that hip down, and inhale the right arm up. As you inhale, feel a sense of length all the way out of that right hip. And then if it feels good in your body this morning, a gentle stretch to the left, just to open a little bit more along that right side. Coming back to center, open the heart with an inhale, and then exhale, release the hands back to the mat, back to the knees, and then exhale all the way onto your stomach into a prone position. Plant the feet, hands under the shoulders. We'll inhale, lift the chest, hands hovering off the mat, and then exhale, release the forehead back down. Inhale, lengthen, try to get longer. Keep your feet planted on your mat, legs engaged. Pelvis neutral. Draw the lower belly in to stabilize the lower back. I'm really inviting those shoulder blades towards the spine as you lift the chest. Once again, focusing on lengthening rather than lifting. Try to get longer. And then pressing up back to the knees and coming back to downward dog. And now that we're warmed up, we'll reach both heels towards the floor. Continue to lengthen the spine. Draw the hips upward and exhale. Release to the knees. We'll take child's pose. Big toes together, knees slightly wider, forehead to the floor. And if child's pose doesn't feel good, adjust it so that it does. Make this your child's pose. Forget about what it looks like. Feel the body here. What is it asking for? Inhale, breathing wide into the ribs, the back of the hips. And exhaling just to release and let yourself sink into this posture. Hands come under the shoulders. Inhale, rise up and bring the palms together, thumbs at your heart center. And just observe what you're feeling here. May you feel beautiful. May you know your strength. May you practice with joy. Namaste.